Hey there, I'm Bob. Welcome to Accelerator, and I want to show you something today called PopPop AI. This is the page that you'll land on. Up top, they tell you that they're working on several different AI audio solutions. They've got a few of them released, very early release. Everything is free on this site thus far. Now, of course, at some point, I'm sure these features, some or all of them, will become paid. Right now, they're just free tools that you can go use. Nablamind is the team behind PopPop, and you might know Nablamind from tools like the SureFlex screen recorder. Well, they're moving into the world of AI, specifically audio, and the first two things they've launched are a sound effects generator and a vocal separator. The first thing we see on this page is the AI vocal remover. It shows us an original track. We'll take a listen.
It's not about who's right or who's wrong. It's not about who's weaker.
And using their tool, they've separated it out to where you have the vocal.
It's not about who's right or who's wrong. It's not about who's weaker.
And the instrumental. You can access this tool by clicking the Separate Vocal and Instrumental button. You can either drag and drop your file in here, or you can paste a URL. So if you have a YouTube video that you want to separate the instrumental from the vocals, there you go. We'll go back to Upload, and I will drag in a music file here. Yeah, that took about 45 seconds for this 2-minute jingle to do its thing. So we'll start with the original.
Long nights, no sleep, chasing dreams too deep. Camera rolls on, pressure don't creep. Views count my worth, endless scroll the earth.
And this song was created in Suno. I just whipped it up real quick so I had something to test over here. That's the original. Let's see what it did with the vocals.
Long nights, no sleep, chasing dreams too deep. Camera rolls on, pressure don't creep. Views count my worth, endless scroll the earth.
All right, and here's the instrumental. Then to save that, you just click the Save All button, and then it downloads a zip file that contains all three of these, the original, vocal, and instrumental. Down below that are some instructions, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I should point out, in one of their advantages down here, you may have noticed that I haven't signed into anything or created an account. As of right now, you just come to the site and use the tool. The other tool that's available now is the AI sound effect generator. To use that, just scroll down right here and click on Create Sound Effects Now. There's lots of examples to give you some inspiration if you're not sure what you want. If you're looking for something specific, you just type it up here in the prompt box. The prompts do support a number of languages. They give some examples here: English, French, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, and more. Your prompt is limited to 250 characters. I'll just say dog barking. The only setting to fiddle with here is called Smart Mode, and that is basically a prompt enhancer. So if you leave Smart Mode on, it will look at your a dog barking and it'll add some details and finesse that up to hopefully get you a better output. I'm going to put the stopwatch over here on the screen, and we're going to click Generate and start our stopwatch. Yeah, I was maybe a second or two behind on that. While this is generating, I will tell you that it is not fast. This is not like 11 Labs with speed. I reached out to Nablamind after my initial testing and said, hey, I've looked at your sound effects generator and it's a little slow. It only gives me 2 variations per generation, where 11 Labs gives me 4 to look through, and I'm not sure that it's really nailing it as far as the quality and the prompt adherence. Maybe if I had 4 options to pick from instead of 2, I might find something I like, but I'm just not loving it. And there we are. We can say it took a little bit over a minute to get our generations. The folks behind PopPop AI, the folks at Nablamind, were very forthcoming and said, we absolutely understand. We're a small team, I think about 7 people. We don't have a lot of resources. We are going into this AI audio thing. Our previous products like the SureFlex are what's supporting us and getting us through, but we don't have the resources of an 11 labs to be able to run fast and do multiple generations and all that at one time. And that conversation is actually why I'm sharing this with you. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have. But I like the Underdog, and I feel like these guys are working hard and being honest and trying to do something, and we should probably take a look at them. So let's see what it did with our barking dog. Now you might have noticed that that is a pretty long sound effect. Something that sets PopPop apart from some others I've seen is that their minimum generation time is 10 seconds. The max is 60 seconds. Still, 10 seconds is pretty long for a sound effect, something like a dog barking even. The upside of that, if there's parts of that you like and parts you're not crazy about, you could certainly cut out the part you like and use that and scrap the rest. Now, even though the minimum generation is 10 seconds, that's the length of the file you get, sometimes, especially if it's a fairly short sound, a single one-off kind of sound, there will be space either at the beginning or more likely at the end of the sound effect. And if you're thinking you'd rather have a big dog barking or something like that, well, I just set a dog barking and let it do its smart mode thing to the prompt. It does not show you what it converted the prompt to, what kind of detail it added. So if you have something specific in mind, you're best to type that in yourself. Maybe a big dog barking with a deep low bark, I don't know. That is the sound effect generator, and again, it is free to use. You don't have to sign in, log in, or do anything like that. The vocal remover, they just released the sound effect generator. That's been out a few weeks, maybe a month now. They're also working on some other things. One of them is an AI song cover. And the idea here is you can upload a song, choose your voice or someone else's, even a celebrity, and create an AI-generated song cover of you or whatever voice you want singing that song. I'm not going to play these due to copyright things. Feel free to go listen on your own. In my opinion, the celebrity voices are not nailing it. You could say that it's maybe a similar style, but it certainly doesn't sound like it's actually that person. I'll give you an example of one of the other tools that they're working on, which is the AI voice generator, and they have some examples here like SpongeBob.
Under the vast polar skies, a magical dance unfolds.
I don't know SpongeBob to have that British accent, so that's interesting. We'll skip over here to another celebrity they have, Donald Trump.
Under the vast polar skies, a magical dance unfolds.
It's not very clean. You hear a lot of artifact noise in there with it. I mean, I get a resemblance to Donald Trump, but you're not deep faking anything with this voice. Now, since this is something they're working on, maybe they'll be better when they come out, maybe not. I'm not offended if they don't exactly copy celebrities, because I think trying to use celebrity voices in things is probably just going to get us in trouble as content creators, so we're better off avoiding that anyway. And the last thing on the list of what they're working on is an AI voice changer where you can change your voice to any of the voices that they have available.
To me, you are still nothing more than a little boy who is just like 100,000 other little boys.
To me, you are still nothing more than a little boy who is just like 100,000 other little boys.
These could use a little work to get to the next level. Again, we are not at 11 labs, but like I said, this is a small team starting out and everything on here is free. They were very honest with me that at some point some of these things or all of these things or the site in general will be some kind of a paid service, but they haven't quite figured out what that's going to look like or how it's going to work or what it's going to cost. All in all, I think that PopPop AI is something you might want to bookmark, check back in on every once in a while, see how they're doing. If you're not needing to generate sound effects all the time or to do AI vocal removals all the time, you just need this once in a while, this might do the job for you right now as it is. And if it's something you don't need at all right now or you have another solution for that you're kind of okay with, this might be something to go ahead and bookmark and check back in on, see how it's coming along, what they've developed, how things have improved, and what other features they've added. Neither PopPop nor Nablamind paid me to make this video, and I'm not an affiliate. I just think it's something to keep an eye on, and I respect the small team trying to do big things. If you're interested, check it out. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.